It's the Miscellaneous Podcast.
Fantastic.
Your hosts, Paulie,
Dad,
and Josh.
Hello.
We have the Miscellaneous Misfits, Chappie.
How's it going?
And Flounder.
How you doing?
The Miscellaneous Mascot. What's up, Nevar?
Sounded like a Murloc to me.
What are we playing today? I'm watching in case there's comments.
PUBG, and it is very intense. Got to swim, huffing it across some big, I'll call it the Mississippi in Russia. I don't know where the heck I'm at. It's you die, you're done for the game. There's
wow.
There's 25 players left right now.
Imponderables by Josh.
If two vegetarians have a problem with each other, is it still called beef?
Chappie's Weird Laws.
In Corday Island, Idaho, if a police officer approaches a vehicle and suspects that the occupants are engaging in sex, he must either honk or flash his lights and wait for 3 minutes before approaching the car.
They must not have a lot of faith in them if it's only 3 minutes.
I would say, hold on, honey, I got time to go again.
That's embarrassing.
Only for her.
All right, we're going to do a new thing. It's called Let's Say Hi. Big supporters of the show, thank you very much. Cork, Ireland.
Hola.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Huddersfield, UK.
What's up?
Yo.
How you doing?
I like the others field.
House Springs, Missouri.
Hello there.
Hi, Missouri.
Oh, ho, 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 Missouri.
Hello.
I just felt like saying it. I laughed.
That's at chappie@gmail.com.
We have also St. Charles, St. Louis, and Brenton, Missouri.
Well, just hello, Missouri, then.
Hello, Missouri. We got Sacramento, California, and Mountain View, California. So thank you very
Hi,
much.
California.
Wow, that's kind of cool. Hello.
Benton and Bethalto, Illinois, and also St. Jacob.
Very nice.
What's up, Jakey?
So we're gonna get into something a little more, whatever. So we play World of Warcraft, and a lot of our friends play World of Warcraft, and we have a lot of community that plays World of Warcraft, and we have a friend in the Warcraft community that is in need, and her name is Tess. And we're going to put up her GoFundMe stuff because she's going through a rough patch with cancer and everything. On Facebook, we're going to, on the Miscellaneous Podcast Facebook, we're going to set everything up for if anybody wants to come help.
You go to the GoFundMe. She's an amazing person. She does also stream. She has been a guest host on our show
And ours,
a couple of times. She went through some horrible stuff at her work when she got diagnosed with cancer.
And you can read all about that, too, on the GoFundMe. It's a long thing about what's the struggle is and everything.
I know any help is greatly appreciated, and even if you can't make a monetary help, put good wishes on there or something, I think is always important to keep people in good spirits.
Cancer sucks, and I mean for anybody. And if you're friends on the Miscellaneous Podcast page, then go off and share that.
And if you're not friends with the Miscellaneous Podcast page, get cool. Get on there.
Then become friends with the Miscellaneous Podcast page and share that.
Get that thing on there.
Does anybody like comic books? I like comic books.
If you don't like comic books, you're not American. Get out of here.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever read a comic book.
I'm trying to do this commercial, but I don't know how to start off. So I was like, who likes comic books? It's called BJ and Grilled Cheese. It's
I always like a BJ and grilled cheese.
I'm loving the title.
So
come on.
If you go to Spreaker or Google Play or whatever, CastBox, YouTube, and you go to the Valentine's Day episode, you will see the artwork that this guy did for our show. So he has his own graphic novel out, and it's pure comedy. It's great. It's not really for kids. It just does adult kind of situations, but
adult entertainment.
But not like weirdly explicit like porn or anything. It's just, like adult humor. He's a great artist, and you can find him on, you can just search BJ and Grilled Cheese.
I really want you to search BJ and grilled cheese. I think you should do that before you actually tell people to do that, because I guarantee you that you're going to find something that you were not looking for.
Oh, good point. Good point. Maybe...
Well, thankfully, if you do Google BJ and grilled cheese, you get like BJ's restaurant and the classic grilled cheese. So
You actually Googled this?
someone had to.
That's why I said I should have really thought this thing through. But go to Amazon and search for BJ and grilled cheese, and it'll pop up there.
But are you on the tweeter?
Yes, we're at PJ Miscellaneous.
Your name needs to be like...
Well, I think as PJ, he needs to wear PJs every time we're recording. I would prefer ones with rubber duckies on it, so we can sing the rubber ducky song.
Oh, I hate
Dude,
you.
I'm totally down. Are you talking about the one from Sesame Street?
Yep.
Rubber ducky, you're the
You're
one.
the one.
You make
Where you
bad
make the
puns.
podcast lots of fun.
Nice.
Yep.
I actually am rocking half of my Captain America pajamas.
I will send
Yes.
you an ultimate picture of Josh wearing a $2 shirt if you send us a picture of that. How's that for a deal? For everyone listening, we use the Discord, so you can get on Discord. And, how do we do that? How do they... I forgot. How do listeners come in and do the
You
Discord?
can
I don't
make a tiny URL. Is
Oh,
usually
yeah,
the easiest
that's
way.
what we did, yeah.
I don't know. Do you
yeah.
want them in on Discord? Because then they can read half of the crap we put on here. And good lord. Choose that gun. That looks intense.
Yeah. Oh, I know, isn't it?
I hate you, Nevar. I just want to tell you that first off.
Well, that's not very nice to say to our mascot.
I know. Over the last 2 days, I've been binge watching Nevar's Twitch TV's videos. And it was really funny because I happened to get on the last couple minutes of the Summoning Stone podcast, and I was at work, so I couldn't watch you guys. So when I got home, I looked right on the your video, and I was like listening to everything, and then I get to the end, and it was so funny because you see Nevar rocking back in his chair like he's out on a porch somewhere while we're talking.
I was out on the. I'm just chilling. I'm so used to talking to myself from being on stream that it just is all normal to me.
You also have the Summoning Stone podcast come on there. You guys don't look like podcasters. You don't look like your voices. You guys look like you fuck oh, never mind. You guys look
The one that I'm playing right now, I'm not a first-person shooter. I get startled, and I'll jump. Like, I literally jump in my chair, and I'm like, oh, man, that had to look ridiculous that I just got shot in the head. It brings that whole interaction and feel of kind of like LAN parties or anything that you can share these experiences with other people. And, it's like drinking alone. You don't want to drink alone. That's bad. Drinking alone is bad.
I drink alone all the
Drinking's
time. What's wrong with that?
I want to talk about 3 TV shows.
3 TV shows that do what?
You guys sorry, Chappie, that you all like. We're going to talk a little bit about it.
Okay, time out. Just say you guys. For the love of God.
I'm so sorry. I just feel like I'm being puff.
A sexist. Beep.
It's because I watch so much Survivor, but that's not one of my shows. But I like to watch a lot of Survivors, and the lead guy always says that. What's his name? Jeff Probst. And I guess that's why it's stuck in my head. I don't know.
These contain detailed plot spoilers.
We are not critics. We're just friends talking about TV shows.
Listener discretion is advised.
We'll start off with Chappie.
There's Chicago Fire, Archer, Ink Master.
We have Lavender in here.
Hey, what up?
Oh.
Just woke up.
What did he just say?
We're live streaming, so no profanity.
He said he refused to sexually gratify you.
All right, so you picked Chicago Hope, Ink Masters.
Chicago Fire.
No, Chicago Fire.
Chicago Fire. I don't know what these ones are. Tell us a little bit about Chicago Fire. Is it because you're a firefighter, I'm assuming, that this is why it's that?
Yes, it is based out of Chicago, and it's obviously about the Chicago Fire Department. They have a few runoff series like Chicago PD's, Chicago Med, and Chicago Justice. But Chicago Fire is one that when they're on, I have to watch all the time. It's pretty much the life of being on a shift, having a family while you're at the firehouse. It's a drama, I guess you'd say. But the thing that annoys me about Chicago Fire and all the TV shows is they try to do this stuff. Like, that's wrong because you actually are in the field. That drives you nuts.
I watch Shameless because it makes me feel good about my own life.
I like Shameless. Chicago Fire, Chicago Hope, Chicago, whatever the Chicagos are. I can't get into those because they just, I don't know. I guess because of all the old One Tree Hill cast is in those.
See, I lived that life 28 years. Why do I want to watch a show about what I used to do for a living?
Because
Because
Sophia,
it's-
whatever her name, is hot.
Once you start watching it, you get hooked. You just, I don't know. I don't know how to
Okay.
describe it, but you just get
Yeah.
hooked.
I'm a huge Castle lover, and that's one of my shows. And they have like similar actors who go on those actors, like the bad cop guy on Chicago, whatever it is, the older guy. Because
He's not a bad cop anymore.
well, that's good. But I meant, well, all of them are kind of tied together, no matter what, right?
Yeah, because the one cop who actually moved over to Chicago Justice, but his sister is one of the paramedics for Firehouse 51 that they do all this stuff out of. So everybody's somehow tied into everybody. All first responders, it doesn't matter if you're fire, police, EMS, you work so closely with each other that even if you don't have family connections, you're still going to know each other.
I chose Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, and Bones.
So you have a thing for, what's his name?
David Boreanaz.
Yep, because he's in all three.
That's why I chose it.
Is it sad that I actually knew that?
It's okay. It's okay. It's you and me in the fan club. That's it.
There is a message for you.
Oh.
There's a message for you.
Apparently, there's a message.
We listened
Welcome.
to
You've got mail.
yeah, the last season of Angels on lived at Josh's house, and he was at work, and I called him up. I'm like, "Did you see that episode, man? That was so wild."
$5.
Well, all right.
You remember that, Josh? We were all,
I do. I was at work, and you're like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "It's a TV show."
whatever. Yo, now you're playing like, oh, yeah, you were.
No,
just
I
like
was.
that
Dude, I wasn't in Angel at that time. I was in Angel whenever I moved.
And then we'd always imitate anything that arg.
Yeah.
See, he's lying.
Has anybody ever watched Archer? Because now that's got me thinking about that.
I like Archer. Are you still in the bathroom, Nevar? That didn't come out right, did it? No.
I was
watching
like,
your
I'm
stream.
sitting here. I thought you were going to say that you were saying that to me. I'm like, I am sitting here on my bed with my dog, halfway in pajamas.
You know, if you're going to keep describing what you're wearing, I'm going to come over there and find out.
So you liked all three of those shows just because it had David Boreanaz in it?
No, I just said that because it had David Boreanaz in it.
Oh, okay.
Actually, though, I did like Angel whenever I watched Angel. I didn't watch much of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I watched a little bit. And I did watch, like, every single season of Bones.
Yeah,
like,
Bones was great.
Like, when people would call me and it was on, I'm like, I'm watching Bones and just hang up on them. For real. Like, work would call, like, hey, can you? I'm watching Bones.
How does he look like a Star Wars character?
Dude,
I
that's
had
what I said.
rifle on my back, and I see what he was talking about. He's like in that snow area.
My other two were Boston Legal and, well, Josh already knows this from the TV sitcom Sweet 16.
Frasier!
Oh, Frasier.
I love me
I
some
thought you were going
Frasier.
to say Sweet 16, and I was going to be like,
Oh.
That's a little disturbing.
No. Oh, no.
And then it ended up being Teenage Mom.
Yes, it did.
The sad thing is I know a person like that. N-E-Y, that sounds like E. You know what I'm talking about, Josh?
It starts with an E or an R and an X and a Z, and it rhymes with a Q. And it sounds like a P.
No, I meant, you know.
I know who you're talking about. You didn't have to give me a hint.
I know you find the picture on the stream sexy now, Polly.
Hobo outfit?
Oh, it hasn't caught up yet.
The half-naked guy?
Yep.
He's stripping him. There you go. Oh, look
Is he
at
in boxers?
He
Or
has
does he just
boxer
got a lot of
briefs
junk
on.
in his trunks?
Are those Hanes?
Do you have something in your pocket, or are you just excited to see me?
Oh, you know it. It's the utility belt and boxers.
Well, that's cool. That's pretty much it. Just kind of wanted to talk a little. I thought that we would talk a little more about TV shows, but we're more interested in Nevar's game.
Oh no, that's why I slowed it down for a minute. I'm like, gotta breathe after that last one.
Yeah. Now, did they didn't kill you though? I saw going around the house, and then I see you crouched down, and the other guy showed up.
Yeah, he got me.
Yar.
That's the show. All right.
No one agrees. It's okay.
I'm going to just bring this up because I'm pretty damn excited. Since we were talking about this a few episodes ago, I guess, we're talking about, you asked, what are you going to think about your tattoos when you get old, right?
Yes.
So the one that I'm calling this Operation Tramp Stamp Be Gone, because I was 18. It sounded like a damn good idea at the time. And now I'm like, I don't even like him. Why do I have the him logo on my back, the heartogram? So tomorrow I am getting session 1 of 2 of my cover up, in case anybody else wants to be excited with me that I'm going to have a huge tattoo on my back.
Well, you posted that on your Facebook page too.
Yeah, mostly for PTSD awareness. So
wait, a tattoo of him is for PTSD awareness?
No, the tattoo. The heartogram
you're
is
making one for PTSD. Okay, I got it. That's cool. I like that.
I want to get this covered up, so why not do it for something that really has meaning for me?
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming on the show. Thank you again, Nevar, for popping in. Thank you, everybody else.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Until next week.
Yes.
Yep.
If you or someone close to you is suffering from cancer or any crappy illness and wants to read stories from a person who's going through the same thing, to give advice on things you might not know about in dealing with the care given, then check out Sean White's blog. Follow along on his journey from then to now, his highs and lows, and much more. That's SeanWhitesBlog.com.
Previously on
What's on tap? Wrestling. Your 5 favorite wrestlers. So, your 5. Let's start with you, TJ.
Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ultimate. I've always loved them.
Okay.
I've actually met them.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's cool.
Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm. Illinois kid, ain't
Missouri
kid, yeah. St. Louis, yeah.
And we grew up together. His dad and my mom were best friends.
Oh, shit.
In high school. His dad's from Kansas, which is where my mom's from. They went to the same high school.
That's cool.
So I grew up with Randy
That shows you how regional wrestling used to be.
Yeah. I grew up with Randy Orton.
And TJ's waiting for an RKO from Randy Orton.
RKO right now.
Who isn't? Anyway.
Not me.
Female wise.
Okay.
Female wise.
We can't say that. We do have possum lips.
Yeah, possum is like that.
Okay, anyway.
Okay. That's 3.
Shawn Michaels.
HBK.
I have watched him since he was part of the Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly,
One more.
Undertaker.
TJ, Undertaker. That sounds good. That's a good 5.
I have watched so long. I watched him before he was even in the WWE.
I actually think Taker's gonna make everybody's list, but this is just me
He's been
foreshadowing.
When he showed up in WWE and made him, but he was wrestling before that.
Right.
Yeah.
He wrestled for WCW.
Yeah. But he didn't have that gimmick. And that's what I'm saying. NWA, WCW, they really wasn't about gimmicks. They did have gimmicks.
No, they actually call him by his real name, Mark Calloway, and he was part of the, Twin Towers with Sid Vicious?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, his finished move was the heart punch.
Yep.
Right.
And he went to WWF, and Hogan wanted to work with him at the time, and Hogan brought him there, and Vince McMahon looked at him like,
and he just exploded.
I want to call you Undertaker. And he just went from there.
He ran with
that. I mean, he made that character so if you go back, and anybody that's not a wrestling fan, just go back and type in Undertaker, and he worked that gimmick.
Right.
You couldn't work it better.
A
lot of people say
pallbearer and everything.
A lot of people say that gimmick would have been dead in about a month or 2.
Yeah.
But Mark Calloway actually worked that gimmick so
now,
and he's still wrestling.
Now, if you actually would have watched The Undertaker's little bio video or whatever, the wrestlers used to call him the Madonna of the wrestling world. He changed his image for whatever had to come up.
So he was great.
Yeah, and I mean, he changed gimmicks once in his entire career.
No.
American Badass.
No, they mean change his looks, change his outcome. Like before, he was just the dead man. He used to come out with purple gloves, a tie, the hat. Then he came out as the Ministry of Darkness dead man.
That was an awesome time frame.
Big back
That was the attitude there. Your favorite.
That was an awesome time frame.
Yeah. He had different images, but yeah, it was one thing. But I like the way when he first came out, it was a couple of chops to the throat, tombstone pile driver. He evolved. Yeah. I mean, he became a great wrestler. I mean, putting submission moves and high flying. You got a 6'10" guy jumping off the top ropes. Yeah, I mean, it was just unbelievable. Now,
walking the top rope.
Yeah, walking the old school.
He walked it.
Yeah,
they call it.
Now I'll go with my top 5. And now this is gonna be tough. Just narrow it down to 5 because I'm a wrestling fan. So I'm probably gonna leave out some great guys. But if I had to pay money just on the front row, my last money, I avoided my light bill. My light's off, but I'm going to see this match. And I watched him in the squash match. It's got to be Undertaker. In no particular order, but Undertaker, the Hulk Hogan, because when I started watching wrestling, Hulk Hogan was the man, Hulkamania. Ric Flair. And like I said, I'm going back to when I started watching wrestling. Ric Flair, because I just thought he was cool. Style and profile and slick Rick. And I'll never forget when he had that pay-per-view with Great American Bash against Ricky Morton. Coming down the helicopter with, coming to the ring with a helicopter come land right in the grass field. And red, red a rug carpet gets rolled down for him, comes out the helicopter with that championship, man. I just love the big gold belt that NWA, WCW had. That was great. But anyway, then let's see, I would say, the Road Warriors. And I'm going to count this 2, even though they're a tag team, so I'm going to count that as 1. And then I would have to say number 5. I got to think careful this on number 5. Oh, man, I love Goldberg during that Monday Night War area. But if I had to get one person, just bear with me a little bit. Let me get one sip of drink real quick. I would say Macho Man Randy Savage. I just think he was great. Oh, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage was great. So that was my top 5. You dig it, brother? Sorry.
All right, Booker T.
I did look Macho Man Booker T at the same time.
Snap to a Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
I like that. I like that one thing when he passed away, and it was during 2012.
Yeah.
And then the picture came out all over the internet where he's freaking getting ready to elbow shot saving us from the apocalypse. That was awesome.
Top 5, Al.
No particular order, but I'm going to actually include the eras they're from. I'm going to have to say, as a heel, Razor Ramon.
Yeah, he's good.
And Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Razor Ramon and Diesel as heels.
Yeah.
They were awesome bad guys.
They were awesome.
Then I have to...
That's when the attitude started shifting.
Right.
It wasn't the attitude era, but they came in with attitude, young, hungry,
right.
And then it started shifting.
And I'll have to say, second era DX, Triple H, he's big, bulky, he evolved a lot.
Yeah.
Then I'd have to say the American Badass Undertaker. Because to see him in a match with Big Daddy Cool, I mean, that would have been awesome.
They actually did have a match, but not the American Badass.
Right.
But they actually had a match at WrestleMania 12. It was great. And actually, Diesel left a month later. He was going to WCW and used his real name, Kevin Nash. But he left and he fought Shawn Michaels in a cage match. And then go back to what you was talking about, the Madison Square Garden incident when they wasn't supposed to be in there because you had 2 good guys, 2 bad guys, but they were all friends backstage. And they all, after the match, they all hugged each other, high-fived each other, and Vince was pissed.
Right.
But 2 of them was going, so they didn't care. Shawn Michaels was too good to take it, so Triple H ended up taking the whole brunt of it.
Right.
And it halted his career for a while. He still turned out great, but it halted his career because he technically was supposed to win the King of the Ring, with Stone Cold ended up winning.
Right.
So the Stone Cold era, it probably still would have happened, but not right away. So everything happened for a reason. It's just funny how stuff works.
And then my 5th person would have to be WCW era Goldberg.
Yeah, and Goldberg was great. And guys, I got to do an honorable mention for Bret Hart because, man, I love some Bret Hart. Because, and this might sound weird, but one of my favorite role models growing up was Michael Jackson. So Bret Hart kind of had that Michael Jackson look, curly hair and stuff like that, right? In the jacket, and I like wrestling, so it just got kind of weird.
Now, he's the one that died, right?
No, Bret's still alive.
That was his brother Owen.
Yeah, his brother Owen.
That happened.
Died actually in Kansas City, right?
That happened in Kansas City.
A pay-per-view.
I was
and they
there.
kept going with it.
I was there.
You was there? Okay.
They blacked out. They blacked it out on pay-per-view for about a half an hour because they had to get him out, and they had to calm everybody down, and then everything started back up.
So
what happened was he did what they call he had a
blue blazer stunt
where he come down out of the rafters.
A rope. Yeah.
Like
and
Stingy
on
suit.
rigging.
Yeah.
And what happened was he went to do it and the rigging let go.
Let go. He almost let go like he was already on the ground, but he was in the air still.
He landed on the mat and broke his neck. And he died instantly.
Yeah, he was dead right there.
I was there. I was in the front row.
Did you know he was dead as soon as you saw him hit?
Yeah, you knew he was dead when he hit it. Wow. You heard the pop. You heard that in his neck break.
Oh, man.
And I mean, I'm telling you now, I actually left right after that. I couldn't stay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stay no more. I was ready to go home.
I know they got a job to do, but I actually can't believe they went on with that. I don't think I would have.
Well, here's the thing is, okay, and Owen Hart's family even said it. The reason the pay-per-view continues is because he would have wanted it.
Okay.
Owen Hart was all about wrestling and the show. And to him, no matter what happened, the show had to go on.
Yeah. I think I would have held that pay-per-view that next day, Monday Night Raw. Yeah. Just stayed in the same area. I wouldn't have had to pay again, but I don't know if I could have finished that.
That Monday Night Raw was rough.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to work. Nobody wanted to wrestle.
But I'm going to say, though, I'm really surprised nobody picked The Rock.
Yeah.
Nobody picked The Rock.
Honestly, okay,
he's like the most...
I like him now as a non-wrestler and an actor more than I did as a wrestler.
Yeah, I'm like that too. But then again, y'all, I'm a little biased.
He was electrifying in that ring.
Yeah. Oh no, he was.
He was. But I like him better as an actor.
Yeah, I just believe it or not, y'all gonna tell me. TJ gonna hate me. during the Attitude Era, I watch now because I'm a wrestling fan. But at that time, WCW had my eyes. That NWO thing they had going on with the group supposed to be taking over the WCW. Yeah, that had my attention.
Wolfpack time frame.
I missed a lot of the Attitude Era. I go back and watch it now, but I missed a lot of that Attitude Era because I was watching WCW.
You didn't miss it at all. Eric Bischoff used to tell you what happened.
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
but I mean, honestly, we did.
Yeah, the rival promoter or rival owner or CEO.
Because Raw used to be taped. It was never live. It's live now.
So they would give you the rival show would give you the results. So hey, why are you watching that? I can give you what happened real quick in the main event.
On WCW, they would tell you what happened.
Yeah, watch Nitro because we live.
Tune in next week for the next part.